little less than an hour later, it was time to depart, but Vern was nowhere to be found.
Hurry, Skyfarers! We can't waste another second!
The later we got there, the more supplies would be stolen or destroyed. This could add up to weeks or even months of delays in Tempeal's restoration. Vern, I hope you're okay, bud. I was worried out of my mind. But a captain's gotta do what a captain's gotta do. I left a message for Vern with the merchant, and we set out.
Goblins? I can't even fight stinking goblins! What good am I? Just a scaredy lizard man. If only I was in, I'd finally be able to help out. Maybe I could have stopped Avia from taking Lyria. Maybe I could have done something. How do you live the skyfaring life without combat skills? Heck, I can't even blow sparks, much less fire. What kind of dragon can't breathe fire? Ha! I tell everybody I'm a cool dragon, but I'm just a faker.
You are unworthy.
You were right, Ed. I'm not worthy. Not worthy of being in the crew. Not worthy of being the captain's best bud.
Ah, finally, here you are! I was looking everywhere for you.
Uh-huh. What did this old dude want with me?
Your captain left you a message. The crew's gone on ahead, but as an indispensable member of the Grand Cipher, they want you with them as soon as possible. And that's an order.
Indispensable? That meant like VIP, right? Me? For a second there, I was about to blow it off. Like, yeah, right, my bud's just saying that. But then I remembered, this crew had always kept it real. No lies, no flattery. Yeah, we kicked butt because we believed in one another. These guys were my best friends. And maybe we weren't perfect. I mean, we lost to Id, but my bud put his captain boots on and got right back up and tried again. It was never about swords or magic. It was about always moving forward, never giving up. And more than anything, it was about being there for each other. What was I worrying about? Who cares if I couldn't fight? There are 1,000,002 ways to help on an adventure. I mean, you try questing without a cook or a healer.
Hello? Merchant of Vern, do you read me? If you're done daydreaming now, I've got a ship ready to go.
It was time to get a move on, or I wasn't worth my scales. Sorry, everybody. Your pal Vern is on his way.
Prep and ready.
The supply should be this way. Let's move.
Uh-oh, our potion stock's running low. We'll be okay against a few goblins, right?
Hopefully. Just don't overdo it.
Foam on the sea.
I hope Vern's okay.
He was really down, wasn't he? Poor Vern.
Get out of our way! We're in a hurry here!
Wind Olivia.
Damn, back for more. Right when we were about to cross a finish line.
I see people! Over there, by the supply! We have to go help them!
Folks doing okay?
Skyfarers! They're doing better now. We need these supplies to repair Tempio. Please, would you protect them?
We're on it. Take cover, okay?
I think that was the last of them.
Thank you. You saved Tempio's future.
Heads up, goblin reinforcements. Just don't quit.
Did you miss me? Took me forever to catch up.
Burn!
Vern, was that an explosive? When did you get bombs?
Here come more of those stinking gobbles. Can you take them?
Sure can.
Ashes to ashes!
Wind and the tide rises.
No your flesh!
Yikes! Wyverns are coming from above! Watch your noggin!
If those goblins manage to steal any more of the supplies, then the relief effort's good as done. No kidding. They've already hauled half our grain to higher ground.
Higher ground? Sounds like a job for a cool dragon.
That's a great idea, Vern. Put your wings to use.
Are you sure you can manage? What if the goblins spot you?
Piece of cake. I'll be back in 30 seconds or your money back.
Foam on this nightfall.
I found some of the stolen supplies. They're safe and sound. Here's the second bunch. Here,
wise move.
I brought potion. Everyone feeling better?
Thanks, Vern. You're a lifesaver.
Those goblins are getting nasty. Don't fall for their traps.
The time is right. Winter has come.
Our current path will
We
lead
got 'em all back. Those stinking gobbos didn't get a single sack.
The enemy have started their retreat. I think the worst has passed.
Thanks to you Skyfarers, Tempeal's finally gonna be rebuilt. We owe you everything.
Vern was the real MVP.
Aw, shucks. I bet you say that to all your lifelong pals.
That worked out. Just like always. After we'd secured the supplies, and all, but even the best that he knows, he was in Vern. Need something? Sometime after our mission in Tempeel, we bumped into the old merchant in Folka.
Well, look who the cat dragged in. Thanks for handling things in Tempeel. You all deserve the best.
Tempeel had been roughed up by Furykin's rampage, and all of the locals were busy repairing the damage. The work we did that day had been crucial to those recovery efforts.
Out of curiosity, my young lizard friend, were you much help to your crew?
Uh-oh, he said the L word. I turned to Vern, ready for his usual furious tagline.
Thanks, Pops. You really helped me see the light.
Huh. This was new. The old man threw an apple to Vern, and they exchanged a nod. Then, without explaining this bizarre bond between them that just came out of the blue, he left.
Does anyone else feel like the space-time continuum just broke?
Io was staring dumbfounded at the small dragon, who was already happily munching away on a tart Granny Smith. Had he matured enough to ignore his most hated of hated insults?
Seriously, this is just too much to believe. He called you a lizard and everything. Maybe the ship will be a little quieter from now on, huh?
Hold it! I ain't no lizard! And don't you say that in front of the apple! What if it hears you?
Maybe he'd get there in another adventure or two.
I come from a long lineage of proud warriors. We had a great number of visitors at our dojo, many of them masters of their respective disciplines. At some point, I picked up a blade of my own and began to mimic their movements. Back then, I enjoyed the training for what it was, valuing the journey over the destination. That is, until I met him, the Supreme Swordsmaster of the Eternals, Eata, once known as the demon Zamba. With a single glance, he identified all of my weaknesses. Then, with a few words, he taught me to overcome them. His strength was beyond captivating. I even eavesdropped on a conversation between him and my father, and discovered we were distant relatives. I was elated. For some time, he continued to train at our family dojo. I took every opportunity I could to learn from him, following him wherever he went. I ate whenever he ate. I committed all his mannerisms to memory. However, with the exception of our first encounter, he never acknowledged me. After all, he yearned for nothing more than strength. Why pay heed to a weakling, such as myself? So I vowed to become stronger. I would soar so high, he'd have to see me. I dedicated myself to training, begrudging even a single moment of respite. The blade was everything to me. And eventually, there was no disciple at the dojo who could come close to rivaling my skill. That was around when he vanished. In the blink of an eye, he was out of my life. He spoke not another word to me, nor called me by name. was meditating in the forest one day when a group of travelers approached me. I didn't know them, but they were the captain and the crew of the Grand Cipher, and my future. Initially, I thought they were lost and had come to ask for directions. I was only half correct. They were seeking guidance, but not out of the woods. They wanted to learn martial arts from me. I shook my head. I was no master, only a chrysalis struggling to break free of my own shell. I believed the captain was mocking me. But that wasn't the case. I looked into the captain's eyes and found truth, alongside a burning desire for strength. It felt as if I was in his presence again. I found myself drawn to the captain. That's why I decided to join the crew of the Grand Cipher on their journey across the skies. I was convinced that this was the only path that could reunite me with Zomba. One day, I encountered an adorable Harvan girl at a local market. I'd already finished my shopping, so I decided to accompany her to a nearby cafe for tea and conversation. Upon parting, I asked for her name. She proudly introduced herself as Fief, one of the 10 Eternals. I had heard that Zomba once cared for a child of the same name. A jealousy brewed within me that I hadn't felt before. Zomba had taken notice of her, yet he never once acknowledged me during our time together. My inner peace had been shattered. I retreated to the mountains and started my training anew. But the more I tried to find direction, the more I realized how lost I truly was. It was Lyria and the captain who brought me back. They appreciated me for who I was. Nothing more, nothing less. Perhaps I too could learn to love the living, breathing me, and not a ghost of the future. That thought filled me with so much contentment. I was ready to give up on chasing Zomba. But the universe works in strange ways. As soon as I was about to let go, Fief helped bring me and Zomba together again. It was then I finally put into words how I felt. I spoke about how I wanted him to acknowledge me, to call my name. He listened quietly, and for what I felt was the first time, truly saw me. But I had yet to see and love myself. As part of my quest for self-discovery, I crossed blades with Zomba. No, Eata. We fought for days. He no longer believed I was a weakling. After our battle, we visited the tea shop, and it was there that he first addressed me by name. Never had tea and cake tasted so sweet to me. Now, with nothing holding me back, I'm free to soar toward ever greater heights with my beloved companions on the Grand Cipher. No, I had failed that day at the Hailwind Altar. I had spent years training and sharpening my skills, devoted my entire life to the pursuit of strength. But in that moment, it all amounted to nothing. Our experiences in Zego Grande had planted a seed of doubt in my mind. Over time, it grew, dense and wild as a jungle, choking me with a sense of helplessness like I'd never felt before. I wasn't able to protect Lyria or the captain. I had found my identity as a big sister, as a guardian, but now that I'd failed, who was I? I thought about resuming my training, but I couldn't afford to isolate myself like that. What if something were to happen while I was away? Then, the solution came to me. Whenever the captain was about to take on a dangerous mission, I would complete it first. That way, I could train myself and protect the crew in one fell swoop. I was too blind to see that despair had clipped my wings and chained me once again to the past. Are there any particularly dangerous missions available? Sierra Carte, with her usual cheery disposition, set a list of options before me.
Sure are. We've got a few jobs here that only a crew of your caliber could handle. In fact...
She paused and looked at me with a quizzical expression.
You know, I can't even remember the last time I saw you here by your lonesome. Don't you usually do things as a crew?
I told her I intended to undertake these missions alone, as part of my training.
I gotcha. The grind never ends for you, huh? Just don't push yourself too hard, you hear?
I nodded, only half acknowledging Sierra's words. After deciding upon a venture, I chartered a small carrier vessel which would take me to a nearby island. As the ship was tossed about the turbulent winds, I closed my eyes and looked for peace within. This is for their sake, as well as mine. According to Sierra, the threat should be somewhere around here. The final song. I sense great evil. Just a little farther. Shall we test which is stronger? Your shield or my blade? Dawn plus 3 flutters. Come one way. Left. Lift Such malice. You cannot be allowed to live. Beauty is stripped loose. Observe and overcome. Rain again. One more. Cross the smooth. Not yet. Foam on the sea. Must be done. Her anger is no match for mine. Rain on the hills. Nightfall. Come. I can see how this battle will end. It ends with your death! You bring nothing to the skies but suffering. Perish! The tide rises. Observe and overcome. Wind in the... Again. Soar. Small wings may beckon a storm. Butterfly effect. But it's not over yet. I will not rest while evil runs free.
Good day. When people ask me why I joined the society, I always give them the same answers. To get my hands on sick weapons, because the work was fun, and because I like busting my butt and actually getting rewarded for it. Sure, the Society talked a good game about spreading freedom and protecting the Sky Realm's peace, but it wasn't like I ever set out to be a hero. But hunting primal beasts with badass seal weapons? Sign me the hell up. Too bad there weren't enough weapons to go around. Only the best of the best become weapon contractors. Of course, I knew from the start I was contractor material. Wasn't long before I was making a pact with the Sphere of Arves. What a hot little number. Now, did I feel bad for those who didn't make the cut? Yeah, a little. But I earned my position, and no one was gonna take that away from me. It wasn't about becoming rich or famous. It was about proving my worth. I don't like being undersold or underrated, you know? Best part was, as a weapon contractor, I had dibs on the deadliest missions. And those were perfect for showing everyone what I was made of. And damn, did the Society have its fair share of enemies. The worst of which was an evil coalition we simply called the Foe, who only seemed to care about sowing chaos. As soon as I became a contractor, I was thrown into battle with the Foe. Talk about out of the frying pan and into the fire. My orders were explicit. Eliminate on sight. There were some days when the bloodshed took its toll on me. But then I'd remind myself that these villains were out to wreck the skies. When I wasn't putting bad guys into the ground, I hunted primal beasts to gather their battle data. See, seal weapons aren't just good at taking down primals. They absorb their powers, too. That's what makes our vest so special. The more primals it crushes, the stronger it gets. Imagine how unstoppable I'll be once I supercharge this bad boy. So, to recap, my average work week looks like this. Slay foes and primals, get paid, then splurge all that cash on my days off. Look, if you're gonna work hard, you might as well play hard, right? Before I joined the Society, I used to lead a group of knights. It was all fun and games, until the local lord tried to adopt me as his daughter. I never cared for social status, and I sure as hell didn't want to be tied down by expectations. My life, my reins. So I said so long to my compatriots. Was nice knowing ya. But if playing by my own rules was so important to me, then why'd I throw in with the captain's crew? Well, I didn't do it just for funsies. My master plan was to have the crew members join the Society too, which would have bought me a ton of brownie points with the higher-ups. But journeying with the crew changed me. I met people from all walks of life, and I grew as a person. I started thinking I'd be better off following the crew instead of the Society. I'm a natural-born fighter. Maybe I could put myself to better use elsewhere. Because honestly, becoming a contractor wasn't my main reason for seeking out the Society. In the end, I just figured they were the organization that offered me the most freedom. So if it wasn't clear by now, I like doing things my way. Which brings me to a constant thorn in my side. Vasaraga, the annoying half of my two-man cell. Considering it was Drill Sergeant Ilsa who assigned us together, I figured she knew what she was doing. Yeah, no. Vasaraga and I gelled like oil and water. Did Ilsa really expect us to have good team chemistry? I think sticking him with me was an attempt to keep him from going off the deep end. Only later did I find out he'd been through some pretty traumatic events in his life. It scarred him, both physically and emotionally. Maybe that's why he can be borderline suicidal whenever someone else's life is at stake. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for helping people. I'm just saying it's 100% possible to play hero without throwing your life away. I remember this one time when we got trapped in a life-or-death situation because of his screw-up. You should have heard the rage I was spewing. Know what he did next? He apologized, which just felt out of character coming from him. Like, even though it was your fault we're in this mess, don't just throw in the towel, man. Ugh, it was so frustrating. Who knew that big lug could be so sensitive? On the flip side, I can't help but be honest. I like what I like, and I hate what I hate. I don't want anyone getting the wrong impressions about me. I might say things that ruffle a few feathers, but I stand by my words. I can't take back what I've already said. Anyway, I'd rather be true to myself than be something I'm not. That's just the kind of gal I am. It was good to be back in Seed Hollow after wrapping up another easy-peasy mission. Since my schedule was empty, I decided to hit up a cute little cafe for some much-deserved cake.
Hello there!
Some little kid I've never seen before walked right up to me, his eyes twinkling with starstruck awe. He got down on one knee and said,
Will you marry me?
Was this kid for real? Did he even know what he was asking? You've got guts, little man. Tell you what, come find me in a decade or so, and then maybe we'll talk. I thought a gentle rejection would get him off my back, but I was wrong.
If you walk away now, you'll be making the biggest mistake of your life.
I knew better than to take the bait, but I had to admit, I was sort of curious. Okay, hotshot, I'll bite. Why are you asking a total stranger like me to marry you? At least he had a good eye. Credit where credit's due.
Because I know you're strong. You make stomping monsters look so easy. Oh, and you're really pretty too.
Wow, what do you know? A sweet talker.
And your spear is wicked cool. How many monsters can you shish kebab with that thing?
I should have known. Boys love the heroic stuff. 10, 20? It doesn't matter. The real prize is in hunting primal beasts. Oh, wait, you guys don't call them that. I meant primeval gods. I've got a soft spot for children, especially the ones who hang on my every word. You try ignoring the adorable little scamps. In any case, it seemed clear that this boy was genuinely head over heels for me.
So, how about it? Will you marry me?
Nope.
Aw, come on.
Word of advice, don't spring a marriage proposal on an unsuspecting woman. Catch you later, little man. Maybe we'll chat some other time. I ruffled his hair and started walking off.
I'm not giving up.
The tyke knew how to dream big. If only a certain grumpy lug I knew had the same level of optimism.
You think you know the sky and wind, but then you come to a foreign land, where unfamiliar songs on the air beckon you toward the unknown.
Catalina, where do you think this breeze is coming from?
The wind rustled Lyria's hair affectionately as she spoke. From somewhere far, far away. Much time has passed since Lyria and I escaped from the Erste Empire and met the captain in the woods of Zinkenstill. I found myself thankful that the sky has no limit, because no matter how many journeys I've made at her side, there will always be more to look forward to. Lyria and I first crossed paths when I was still a knight of Erste, and she a tool in the Empire's mad experiments on dark essence. So you're Lyria. I was appointed to stay by her side as both captor and guardian. She reminded me of a beautifully crafted puppet, never moving or speaking unless commanded. Her expression was fixed, and her eyes were bright, but cold, as if made of glass. Moved to pity, I wanted at the very least to light a smile on her face. But I may as well have been talking to a doll. I couldn't find the part of her that was alive. It wasn't until many days had escaped us that I realized Lyria was a real girl with a feeling soul. She simply didn't know how to act like one. So, I taught her to laugh when she felt joy and cry when she felt sadness. Through books and reverie, I taught her to long for the outside world, and when colors on a page were no longer enough, I took her hand and led her to the roof of the military base. The illustrations Lyria had seen were lovely, but the sky now stretching above her was boundless and so luminous that it drew forth tears. And finally, her blue eyes shone, as if they were two patches of sky lit by a sun from within her. That sun melted my heart. There, with the open air as our witness, I made her a promise. Someday, we'll sail this endless world together. I swear it. As the bond between us grew, so did the cruelty of the experiments they performed on Lyria. Lyria doesn't belong here. No living creature does. The shining empire I served now became to me a place clouded by doubt. Day after day, a battle raged within me, between the knight loyal to her flag and the guardian who wanted to set a sad girl free. Then, one day, a memory of Lyria's response on the roof broke through like a clear ray of light.
Really? You'll show me this endless world?
I had made a vow. There was no more question where my allegiance lay. I took her hand once again, this time not to simply gaze at the sky, but to leap into it. And I did it for myself as much as I did it for her.
The roar of fire, a cry of pain. Before me, the hewn carcass of a monster, yet smoking. I smothered the pity arising in my heart, for I knew that to let the beast live was to let others die. I long for days when I need not draw my blade. They say the skies are endless. Yet I have not seen any part of it unclouded by monsters or raging primals. The drums of war did not roll like thunder, nor have I discovered any path to order that was not carved out with swords. Though I joined the crew to found the halcyon country of my dreams, our journeys have taught me to fear my quest is only that, a dream. For we live in a time when all things are driven by violence. And yet, who knows what lies just beyond the horizon? The captain said we would sail for a new skydom tomorrow. For once, may we alight upon shores of unbroken. The House of Wales had 3 sons, bound as much by love as they were by blood. The eldest was named Aglovale, the next, Lamorak, and the youngest, Percival. I had not yet seen many summers when war broke out in a neighboring country, raising a tempest of violence that would blow us all asunder. My mother, the Queen Heartzeloida, opened the gates of our castle to all who had lost their homes, even those hailing from beyond the borders of our kingdom. She would often say,
Regardless of our lineage or nation, we are all connected, in joy and in sorrow.
It was through her example that we learned to honor our neighbors. And yet the same people she gave generously to would be the very ones to take her life. I will never forget the scene of her death. I can yet hear the echoes of Aglovale's curses. See the stark white of Lamorak's face as his magic failed to save the one thing he treasured most. And I can feel the warmth leaving my mother's hand as I knelt over her, unable to offer anything but my tears. To the very end, all her thoughts and worries were for us. How can an absence feel so heavy? What heart, having borne the weight of grief, will not be changed forever? For my part, I grew to despise the violence that robbed me of my family. I swore I would raise a new kingdom, above the tides of blood, where the gentle gardener and the honest plowman may live out their days in peace. The same grief, however, bent Aglovale on a different path. Believing he could conquer tragedy and banish it from our lands, he began amassing great power. But where power treads, war soon follows. It is custom for the sons of our house to serve as knights in foreign countries, thereby learning the ways of the world. I went to Fiendrock, an ally of Wales, and there joined the Black Dragons, in time becoming vice captain. Fiendrock made no distinction between me and its native-born children, and I grew to see it as my second home. But no sea is so placid that storms do not brew. There was strife here, too, sweeping over the lands like an illness. I set out on a journey to seek its cure, and that was how I met the captain. Never had I come across a greater fool. In the captain's eyes, there was no sky dweller too high or low to merit aid. No person too strong or weak to join the crew. Who better than to stand by me as I built a kingdom on an impossible dream? And it was not I, nor Lancelot, nor Vayne, nor my former commander Siegfried, but the captain who contributed most to the restoration of Fiendrock. Once the dust settled, we found traces of a foreign power that had first sown the seeds of unrest. We tracked this power back to Wales and its throne room, where my brother Aglavale sat. Still mourning for our mother, he was waging a war on war, murdering tragedy and washing away tears with blood. But one cannot fight fire with fire, for what beauty will bloom from the ashes? Once again, I borrowed the aid of the captain to stop my brother's rampage and help him see reason. Though Aglavale's deeds were wrong, they came from a desire to do good. 'Tis a simple matter to speak words of censure. The wise guide others not through saying, but through doing. Thus I shall build my country and show my brother it is not the flames of war, but the gentle hearth fire that will guide us to peace. Each day brings me nearer to my aim. Fortune has granted me a handful of stout-hearted vassals, the captain foremost among them. Though I am not possessed of any land, our ship is bound for the end of the skies. Surely we will sail over some quiet green fields where I may lay the cornerstone of my kingdom. My greatest care is the safety of the crew. The path of the Grand Cipher is beset by many perils, and I will not have a single vassal taken from me. So I have resolved to travel alongside and defend my captain, until the day I may sheath my sword forevermore. With each Skydom I visit, I survey both the lands and the people, hoping to extract the worthiest hearts as vassals for my own kingdom. To that end, I return to Folca, the first settlement we came upon in Zega Grande. But though the earth is ever filled with rich soil and strong rock, true gems are few and far between. So too are the noblest spirits. The people of Folca were of a good but common sort, who preferred constancy to change. They had no army, and peace in the city was kept by a band of volunteers. But if there is one thing I have learned from the captain and crew, it is that wisdom and strength often reside in the unlikeliest of places. Thus I sought out the Fulcan Defense Corps, hoping to find a diamond in the rough. The city folk, however, expressed little faith in their guards.
The Defense Corps? Full of bums who got more stomach for eating than fighting. Better off calling them the Defense Corpses for the fat lot of help they are.
Yet these were dangerous times for Folka. Brigands and monsters now swarmed about the city, attracted like flies to the reek of Avia. The people looked to the Defense Corps for protection, but received only excuses.
We don't have the resources to combat this threat. Take shelter until the danger is past.
And so the city grew to trust vagabond skyfarers more than their own soldiers. Though I had little hope of finding a vassal among this ragged band, perhaps there was a lesson to be learned from their weakness. When I build my kingdom, it will need to be governed by its own councils. But houses of power, choked by the vines of corruption and frailty, ever fall into decay. Is there any prevention? Where does the first crack form? It was in Folka that I would piece out the answer to this riddle.
Piloting an airship ain't easy work, but whether it's plotting a windward course or conducting some routine maintenance, you can always count on experience and intuition. Ha! Just a little further! Finally, the Grand Cipher broke through the nebulous shadows and turbulent winds of the Grim Basin, and to greet us on the other end was our reward, the brilliant clear blue. It was a panoramic azure, dappled by silver-white clouds and gleaming from the light of a new day. Always an exhilarating sight to behold. Judging by the cries of celebration starting to spread across the deck, I took it my crewmates would agree. Damn, who'd have ever thought a young dreamer from Port Breeze would make it all the way out to these skies? The Grand Cipher and I, we'd gone through thick and thin together. It's a long story, but it all started on that fateful day I met the captain. I haven't looked back since. Right then, landing maintenance. Fuel stores, full. Engine, all clear. We were ready to disembark into the unknown. What awaited us in the Zeka Grande Skydom? As uneasy as I was, I couldn't help but feel a teensy bit giddy with excitement. Ah, the Grand Cipher. Ever since I found her abandoned behind a cliff, it was love at first sight. I was just a kid, but I had lofty dreams of repairing that ramshackle airship and taking her to the skies. Back then, I didn't know the difference between a porthole and port side, but I was determined. I dove into books bigger than my head, and I learned basic airship repair, helmsmanship, the whole kit and caboodle. After a ton of elbow grease, the day had come. The Grand Cipher was finally ready for a test flight. I still remember how my hands trembled as I grabbed the rudder. And wouldn't you know it, she actually lifted off the ground for me. Nothing quite like watching your first love take to the skies, is there? But before I could take it all in, my dreams came crashing down. I mean, literally, the Grand Cipher sunk like a damn meteor. 100 different things could have caused it, but that didn't matter. Years of work went kaput in the blink of an eye. Betrayed by the very skies I longed for, I was crushed. Looking back now, it sounds stupid, I know, but it really felt like I had nothing to live for. I put all my hopes into that hunk of scrap. Laugh if you want, but some pits are too deep to crawl out of. Especially when you look up for freedom, and all you see is the expansive crystal blue of your tormentor. Don't worry, my pity party wouldn't last for too much longer. You see, my dreams had crashed like a meteor.
But ironically enough, it was the meteoric rise of the Erste Empire that would bring the captain into my life. Salvation was on the horizon. Just as I'd given up on flying, the Erste Empire had arrived in Port Breeze, and they were hell-bent on exploiting our local protector, the primal beast of wind, Tiamat.
Their twisted machinations caused her to go on a rampage. Port Breeze was in peril. Fortunately, we had an ace up our sleeve, Lyria. Thing is, Lyria needed to get close to Tiamat, which meant we had to go up, and to go up, we needed to fly. Thought I'd already closed that chapter of my life when the skies betrayed me, but lives were on the line.
Quick, get on the Grand Cipher!
I don't know what got into me. She fell once before. Hell, I knew she might fall again. Nothing like a healthy fear of death to keep you grounded, eh? But the people of Port Breeze, and my new crewmates, had entrusted their fates to my piloting skills. My own fear was insignificant. All I needed to do was trust myself too. It's a damn shame it took me this long. But I'm back now, and ready to face the skies if you'll have me. As the Grand Cipher's engine purred to life, I knew I would no longer be encumbered by fear. I gripped the mast with pride as I set our course directly above, to the rampaging Tiamat. Lyria quelled the primal beast, and catastrophe had been averted. Not to mention, I could finally dream again. Ever since that day, I've been the helmsman for the Grand Cipher and its crew. And it's been one hell of a ride. I've since formed a pact with good old Tiamat and made amends with the shipwright primal who built the Grand Cipher, Noah. So, Zega Grande Skyda might be uncharted territory, but my role remains the same. See our crew arrive safely, no matter the destination. And that includes Estalucia. Some folks might call reaching the end of the skies an impossible dream, but I ain't too worried. With the Grand Cipher as our wings, anything's possible. Call it a side effect of being a helmsman, but my ears tend to laser in on any talk of airships. Then again, damn near anybody could have heard this guy shouting.
No! No! You can't do this! She's still skyworthy! She can still fly!
The distraught man was making a scene outside. 3 seemingly unfazed onlookers surrounded him. Between all the belly aching, I pieced together the man's story. He was an engineer, was upset that an airship called the Nautilus was set to be decommissioned. His 3 friends, meanwhile, were telling him to see reason that an old ship like that would be more useful as scrap. Reminded me of the Port Breeze days, back when my own dreams seemed like unscalable walls. The 3 onlookers were a young helmsman, a young mechanic, and an older merchant. They presented a unified front against the engineer, countering each of his arguments threefold whenever he opened his mouth to protest. As much as I wanted to help the guy, the trio were speaking the truth. Repairing the damn thing would cost buckets of rupees, and you can't fix an airship on gumption alone. Trust me, I've tried. Them's the breaks, kid.
I turned to leave. None of my business, right? But dumb old me, I had to pause as my ears caught what he said next.
We made a pact, didn't we? Don't you remember? The Nautilus. You promised that we would take her to the skies.
He could barely hold it together. You could hear it in his voice, the desperation as he clung to a quickly fading dream. It was a feeling all too familiar to me.
I mean, sure, the Nautilus may be old, but she's got plenty of potential. She could easily outpace any other cargo ship in the fleet. At least 3 times faster!
Found the poor bastard blathering his woes at a tavern in Folca. The seat next to his happened to be conveniently open, so I took it. Without so much as asking my name, he launched into story after story. It was clear he still needed to vent. Apparently, he just recently started his career as an engineer, planned on restoring the Nautilus. It would revitalize the local economy, help Folca this, assist Timpil that. He went on and on, but I knew he wasn't going to feel better until he confronted the actual issue at hand. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great you want to help your home like this, but that's not the real reason you're upset, is it?
That obvious, huh? I, made a promise to my friends. One day we'd fly our beloved Nautilus across the skies together.
But the ship in question was long past its heyday and had deteriorated beyond the point of conventional repair. Time is a cruel but patient mistress, and among the original Nautilites, only Kent had yet to accept reality. After he finished his explanation, silence fell between us. Well, until another man frantically stumbled into the tavern. I'd seen him somewhere before. Oh yeah, one of the naysayers from earlier, the merchant.
Somebody help! Anybody! Monsters are ransacking my precious cargo!
I was torn. Do my civil duty as a skyfarer and save the cargo, or help this ass determined to crush the dreams of my newfound friend? So, I asked Kent.
What? Of course you should help him!
Not a moment's hesitation from the kid. I liked that. This would have been the perfect moment to ensure the continued survival of the Nautilus, at least in the short term. But despite that, Kent didn't think twice about helping his fellow man. Hell yeah, Kent. I'll see what I can do.
Oh boy. Duty calls.
according to the merchant, our destination should be around here. I just hope there's anything left to save. Let's get moving. Goblins? What the hell are they doing here? Don't say we didn't warn you.
Between the eyes! You will burn! Take that! Bring it! Take that! That all? Don't let up! That all?
Far away!
It's not bad, if I say so myself. Now then, where were we? That must be the cargo we're looking for. Cargo's safe and sound. Maybe. Looks like it's been rummaged through.
Watch out, Rackham! We've got goblins and wyverns on our trail!
It'll take more than that to dupe us.
Bring it! Hell yeah!
Things are about to get dicey. Just don't let him get close to the cargo.
Watch out! There's still more of them! Stay sharp, everybody!
Hey! Ashes to ashes! Come on! Heads up, people! Ever tasted lead? Don't let up! Need your shoes back to the wall. No, don't let up! That all? Don't let...
So the big shot finally decided to show up, huh?
Well, you're going down like the rest of them. Bring it! Bring it! Take that!
You monsters screwed up big time today, because you chose to mess with the best crew to ever cross these skies. Glad that's over with.
Oh, you're...
You want to thank someone? Thank him. I gestured toward Kent. The man's face filled with shame as the irony dawned on him.
So it was you, huh? Hey, listen. I'm sorry about earlier. I could have heard you out.
After the merchant left, I wanted to focus on the next goal at hand. Putting some wind back in the Nautilus's sails. So I proceeded to do some intelligent and, dare I say, brilliant thinking on the topic when Kent asked what I was talking about. Whoops. Must have been thinking out loud again. You just wait and see.
Zega Grande, the forgotten skydom. As I gazed into its perennial blue, I reflected on my last time here, during my travels with him. My memories of this place were distant, yet unforgettable.
Have you been here before, Rosetta?
Hmm? Perhaps I have. Who can say? Eventually, I'll share my tales of the Captain's father and our journey together. When the time is ripe, of course. But first, I would need to sort through my own emotions. It was here in these skies that we would eventually part. I know. In the eyes of eternity, our time together lasted no longer than a blink. Yet his impact on me felt nothing short of eternal. Indeed, it wasn't nostalgia that I felt upon revisiting these skies. Rather, it was the significance of this place and all that transpired here that weighed heavily upon my heart. During the war, primal beasts were exploited by the Astrals as instruments of battle. Withered and fated, one primal would eventually drift to Lumacier Archipelago, making a home for herself. Over time, she grew accustomed to the comforts of its forests and the serenity they offered. It was a far cry from the brutalities of war. Centuries would pass until a young man stumbled upon her domain, forever altering the course of her life. She engaged him in a vicious battle, but was ultimately humbled in defeat. Accepting her fate, she resigned herself to death. However, the man would sheath his blade and, to her surprise, asked if she would join him on a journey across the skies. A primal beast was supposedly no more than an astral weapon. Beings born to be controlled, manipulated, and ill-used since time immemorial. She had never entertained the idea of something more. In fact, she hardly had a name for herself. Well, she did have a moniker, but it was a meaningless one, whose sole purpose was to identify her as a weapon. Perhaps out of pity, perhaps out of kindness, the man bestowed upon her a new name. It was from that moment she would truly blossom. Rosetta. It was his gift to her, one she would treasure and love for eternity. With every union comes an inevitable separation. When his journey neared its final chapters, as he took up arms against the god of destruction, I returned to the forests of Lumacier. After my return to the archipelago, I briefly longed for his companionship, but the flora and fauna kept me company. Decades came and went, and one day I would encounter yet another young visitor to the island. There was no mistaking it. This was his offspring. I realized at that very moment the time had come. He had entrusted this child to me from the ends of the skies. My heart swelled, but I concealed my excitement, flashing naught but a smile at the young captain. I would join the up-and-coming Skyfarer's crew on the Grand Cipher for another journey across the skies, this time as a bystander. During their travels, they would experience joys and triumphs, alongside loss and hardship. I continued to observe from afar, doing my best to obscure my true intentions. My roots were well planted in the past, Knowing what I knew, would I be able to act as a part of their crew in earnest? Before long, my ambivalence would come to a head. My convictions had begun to waver. Was this the right approach? Of course, I was conscious of reality. I knew their journey wouldn't be easy. They would have to face the harsh life the skies had in store for them. And with our foes only becoming more and more cumbersome even for myself, could I possibly protect them? My presence on the Grand Cipher was inconsequential, and at worst, a hindrance to the crew. I thought if I weren't here, the captain, EO, the entire crew would handle themselves just fine. Perhaps the time had come to retire to the forests once more. But as I was preparing to leave, EO grabbed my hand so sweetly, so innocently, and said she needed me to stay. I couldn't bring myself to abandon her. I would be the bystander no longer. Everyone in the crew had a role to play, and I would be the exception no more. Finally, I found my purpose. I was free to experience the skies once again, hand in hand with the captain. It wasn't duty or obligation that anchored me to this crew. It was love. And I promised to always protect them. I would leave no regrets in the skies. Thus, our journey continued. Only this time I felt that I was a true member of the Grand Cipher.
How many times do I gotta say it? Getting parts to fix the Nautilus out here in the boonies is next to impossible.
I've never been good with women. My words never come out quite the way I mean for them to. I thought maybe Miss Mechanic would be on board, but... I probably shouldn't be doing this behind Kent's back anyway.
I'm telling you, I've tried everything. Sure, I'd love to see her fly again, but it's time to... get real. Right?
Hey, come on. That was against the rules. How was I supposed to keep a stern attitude against that blubbering mess? When I finally got a word in edgewise, I let her know I already had the parts she needed. Picked them up here and there, across Fanta Grande and Nala Grande. Here, this what you need? I'll cut you a deal.
Wait, how? Where in the skies did you find these?
Caught up in her excitement, she leapt at me. Whoa, not so close, Missy. Of course, she paid me no regard. It was the parts she had her eyes on.
Some modifications here and there, I could... Yeah. I can't believe it. The dream is alive.
Yep, the dream was alive. She didn't have to say it. The look on her face was enough. All that hubbub from earlier was nowhere to be found. After forking over the payment, she happily took the spare parts off my hands. She also made sure to plant a big fat kiss on my cheek before scurrying off. Sheesh, at least warn a guy beforehand, right? Women, I swear. In any case, the winds were starting to blow back in their favor.
If I hadn't met Master Zaka on that fateful day, if he hadn't saved me, there's no way I'd be where I am now. I'm from the Vault's Duchy, where the weather's sweltering all year long, thanks to a river of lava that flows through the island. My hometown might not have been the most scenic place, but as long as I had Master Zaka with me, I was happy. After traveling for so long, I can finally say that with pride. Before I left on my journey, I was completely clueless. When my master went missing, I just ran around like a chicken with its head cut off. I was looking for something, anything that would help me find him, and that's when I met the crew. The reason behind his disappearance turned out to be even worse than I could have imagined. The Earthstate Empire had driven him out of his mind. They had manipulated him into awakening the primal beast that had lain dormant beneath the ground, Colossus. Fortunately, I was able to break through to him, thwarting the Empire's attempt to exploit Colossus's powers for conquest. I learned that they were doing all sorts of horrible things, even to their own people, in order to achieve their goals. My master was a kind person who never hesitated to help those in need. I resented the Empire for making him suffer. And I couldn't just sit around when there was work to be done. That's why I decided to join the crew. To stick it to those Empire jerks and give their victims something to smile about. A few years before I met the crew, I lost my parents to an epidemic. I mourned their deaths for who knows how long. I could barely even bring myself to face reality each morning. With no living relatives and vaults, I was like a ship adrift at sea. I had nowhere to go and nowhere to belong. Until one day, my master reached out his hand to me. I was so depressed I just kept staring at the ground. That gentle smile never left his face as he asked me, "Why do you look so sad?" There was something in his voice that made me look up. When I did, a beautiful bouquet of flowers appeared in his hands, seemingly out of thin air. I had no idea how he'd done it, but I knew it must have been some kind of parlor trick. But he insisted it was magic. What a goofball, right? Saying that when he can use real magic. But it was just the magic I needed at that moment. Beautiful and kind. He went on to show me all kinds of incredible spells, the likes of which I'd never seen before. Watching him made me smile at a time when I thought I'd forgotten how. My master would always say that magic exists to make people happy. Something about that spoke to me. It made me want to become a mage just like him. So I signed myself up as his disciple, begging him to teach me magic. I'll never forget how happy I was when he told me I had talent. After all, if he was right, that meant I had the potential to make people smile too. One day, shortly after I joined the crew, I suddenly lost the ability to use magic. No matter how many times I tried casting a spell, nothing happened. I had no clue what to do. The rest of the crew thought Master Zaka might have the answers I needed, so we set sail for Vaults. It'd been forever since I'd been back home.
My master was thrilled to see how much I'd grown. I opened my mouth to ask him about my problem, but when I saw how happy he looked, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I promised him that I'd come back as a great mage, but there I was, unable to cast even a single spell. The last thing I wanted was for him to be disappointed in me. Around that time, an epidemic returned to Vaults, the same disease that had claimed the lives of my parents. Wanting to keep it from spreading any further, my master headed to the clinic to speak with the people who'd been infected. But he ended up getting sick too. The source of the epidemic turned out to be an evil spirit that revealed itself to us right there in the clinic. I immediately confronted it. That rotten creature had already taken my parents from me. I wasn't gonna let it take anyone else. Determined to make it pay, I raised my staff, but nothing happened. I'll never forget how it felt to watch, helplessly, as my parents' killer got away. The crew gave chase, but I continued to stand where I was. Without my magic, I didn't see the point. I just ended up getting in the way. All I could do was watch as my master suffered, withering away. Nothing had changed since the last time. But you know, it wasn't all bad. In search of a solution to my magic loss at the local library, I happened to come across a beautiful golden staff, one left to me by my mother. That's when Master Zaka revealed that my mother had been a mage too. On the verge of tears, I clenched my staff tightly in frustration. My beloved home and master were being threatened by a disease-spreading spirit, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. Just as I began feeling completely hopeless, the staff began to glow. Somehow I could feel it encouraging me, empowering me. So what if I couldn't use magic? Surely there were other ways to help everyone. Unable to stand around doing nothing any longer, I ran off to find the crew. When I finally tracked them down, they'd already been rendered powerless by the disease. That left me as the only person who could fight. There wasn't a second to lose. It was that moment when I decided I was done running away. I'd promised myself a long time ago that I was going to use my magic to make people happy. Filled with newfound resolve, I heard a voice coming from the staff. Is that you? The voice told me to visualize the power flowing through me. As I did, I could feel magic welling up inside me, flooding out from deep within. With my mom's help, I was able to defeat the evil spirit. As soon as it was gone, I erupted from my staff. I turned to see the rest of the crew climbing to their feet, their symptoms gone. The power spread through the entire island of Vaults Duchy, eliminating the disease and bringing smiles back to the people. Things were a little touch and go there for a while, but in the end, everyone pulled through, and I've been able to use my magic without any issue ever since. I just know it's because my mom is watching over me through my staff. Thanks to her, I can keep traveling with the crew, using the staff she left me to bring out more smiles along the way.
I once gave up being a Skyfarer. Also, I could take up arms to protect my home island, Auguste. Man, she was special. You see, there aren't too many places in Fana Grande with oceans, much less ones as gorgeous and pristine as Auguste's. And I'd be damned if I stood by as the Erste Empire sullied its waters with the byproducts of their weapons research. It goes without saying that I enlisted. Good thing, too, because it was in the midst of the ensuing war that I met the Grand Cipher crew. They helped us, the local mercenaries, I mean, take a stand against those Imperial punks. It wasn't a picnic, but we weren't gonna go down without a fight. In the end, the war wasn't decided by either side, but by the patron deity of the land, Leviathan, who damn near drowned Auguste in a fit of rage. Anybody's troubles would have seemed small compared to a battle like that, huh? Well, not long after, as if irony was waiting to bite me on the ass, my estranged daughter showed up out of the blue. I know what you're thinking. What kind of parent wouldn't rejoice at seeing their child again? But it's complicated, and it's all my fault. Man, the way Apollonia looked at me, like a wolf staring down her bunny-eared breakfast. I couldn't face her. But this crew, there was something about their vitality, you know? Here were these young'uns standing against impossible odds and coming out stronger for it. Maybe if this old man took good notes, he could eventually have an honest conversation with his own baby girl. So, I asked to join the crew and took up a life of skyfaring once again. The next time my daughter and I met, I wouldn't let fear and regret keep me from moving forward. How'd me and my daughter end up estranged? Well, the first thing you need to know is that my wife was stricken by a terminal illness. I refused to listen to the doctors. Terminal my foot. Even if there was no cure in Auguste, surely there ought to have been something in other lands. And so, I left my family at home, crisscrossing the skies looking for a cure. Got into a lot of adventures along the way, and somehow
Have a good day.
Hello.
Yes. Cabbage as big as an airship.
Hello.
Sweet.
Man, crap's really hitting the fan now, huh? We better hightail it back to Seed Hollow before it's too late.
So, we've suddenly found ourselves caught up in an astral tug-of-war, decades in the making. The relationship between Lilith and Roland remains unclear, but one thing is certain. Roland is our greatest ally in Zega Grande, and with all the good he's done here, his love for Sky Dwellers is plain as day. Together, I know we'll stop Lilith and ensure Angra Mainyu's gate stays closed. We will protect the Sky Realm. Seed Hollow is burning. Another victim in Avia's desperate mission to return to the stars. This all started because I brought Lyria to Zega Grande. And now our battle is intertwined with the fate of the Sky Realm itself. We need to get to the heart of the city and fix the damage that's been done.
Whoa! Is this even the same city?
No time to assess casualties, I'm afraid. Not when we know Avia will make a beeline for the castle.
I suspect.
Avia is focused entirely on occupying Seed Hollow Castle. I fear Lilith is wasting no time.
She's not sparing numbers either. There's a million of them swarming around.
We don't need to engage with all of them. Cut off the snake's head, and you don't have to worry about the body.
There you are! I'm so glad you're all safe!
Thanks for the assistance.
I would never abandon one of Zega Grande's most vital trading hubs. It's not in my nature. We can't let Avia get away with all they've done. Take this and go show them who's boss.
The church's attack has shut this whole city down. Talk about dire straits.
At least Zero still has her shop open. That's kind of a relief, right?
Once she hears coins jingling, I'm not sure Bahamut himself could stop her. Anyway, let's double-check our supply.
We'll enter the castle through these doors. Everyone ready?
Ready.
This time, I'm coming too. We'll save Lyria. And stop Lilith once and for all. Make haste. The castle's undercroft should be just down this corridor.
Man, those poor Seed Hollow guards. They didn't sign up for this.
Thought we cleared out this area. Get out of here, or face this Cobra Wolf. Idiot, if that's true, Lady Lilith will reward us generously for their head.
The untempered mind is prey to manipulation. Know your folly.
Don't back down. We have the power of the primeval gods on our side.
Primeval gods, huh? Amazing how that term persists. 600 years after I first formed up, Lilith and I were working on our experiment, studying the effects of sky-dweller emotions, such as faith, on primal beasts. But she twisted the convictions of the masses, reshaping them as building blocks for this paramilitaristic cult.
Lady Lilith will guide us to the promised land. We do not fear death. Inquisitor Rook's troop.
The Church finds you in defiance of Our Lady's grand message. Face your penance!
Now we have to deal with full-on battleships? This is not in my job description.
We don't have time to repel all of them. Stopping Lilith comes first.
Wait, Roland. Weren't you the one who sealed Angra Mine you?
Indeed.
500 years ago. You couldn't find a better location? For Sky's sake, putting a primal like that under a damn metropolis!
Forgive me. It was the height of the war, and I needed a place inaccessible to an astral like Lilith.
So you chose an enemy stronghold. Not exactly a conventional plan, but effective nonetheless.
How dare you fabricate these lies about Lady Lilith's astral origin? You will learn to stay your tongues, interlopers!
Finally broke through them. Onward and downward?
These soldiers are not to blame for Lilith's machinations. And yet they're the ones paying the ultimate price. A little debris won't stop us. Allow me.
You can fight, so you can clear rubble. Think you can clean an airship?
What's the pay like? Shall we talk price? Quickly! The Undercroft should be close.
Warship cannons. These Avia jerks do not play fair.
We can take refuge in the cellars below. There's no way their fuselage will reach us down there.
I just hope they stop firing completely. This castle's too pretty to be destroyed.
Gonna take half a miracle to bring down that carrier. So do we run, or...?
Judging from the position of this tower, the terrace leading to the court should be close. Let's head there.
Now we face the interlopers who routed Rook and his men. A Lady Lilith! Lady Lilith!
This is your last chance to change your fate. Let us through, or answer to my blade.
You foul interlopers! We will not let you stand in the way of our glorious mission!
Oh, you've got to be kidding me!
Nothing.
Want to know what Lilith is trying to do?
How dare you question our lady! You will guide us to salvation! To Estalucia!
No! You're wrong! She would swallow this whole skydom to see her selfish ambition fulfilled. You included. Just after she did 15 years ago in Dolly.
If you aim to do my seat, it will not work! You will pay for making a mockery of Lady Lilith!
They would die before doubting Lilith? She has been utterly bewitched.
Maybe now's not the best time for conversion. Let's save the de-brainwashing till after the fighting, shall we?
Yeah! And don't even think about coming back. Now then, we better keep moving.
with the Silver Wolf Corps! We will stop your blasphemy here and now! It's a lot easier at those damn sword mill bases at their posts. Why haven't they come yet?
General Maglio pulled them back! Said they were worn out from Dolly!
They a bunch of babies?
Toys to harass us with. Peachy.
They really deployed it. The Tayuatar. It should still be in the research phase. Multiple legs allow for maximum stability and maneuverability. It has high firepower and horsepower, and a certain je ne sais quoi.
Get it, you dork! How do we blow it up?
Sorry. Just like you blow anything else up. So maybe we could try to salvage it?
When brandished for war, even the most beautiful blade blackens the stars. But I shall purge you!
Why are its legs glowing, Roland?
Let's grab this thing before it shoots us straight to Kingdom Come.
Knock its legs out. That should do the trick.
Now is not the time to become a monster.
That's not good. We won't be able to lay a finger on it while its boosters are active. Focus on evasion for now.
Easy enough for you to say. Do you see it dashing around everywhere?
This model of Tayuatar expends tons of energy while boosting. It shouldn't last much longer.
If only we could explain it to them.
Rain on the hills. Cut it through!
Did it change its weaponry? Everyone, be on guard!
Seize them! Charge through them!
Following!
I see you have no need.
Well, I certainly wouldn't object to one.
This thing is a head harder than Rackham. But he doesn't move like the wind.
Its legs should be lightly armored compared to the core. That's where we should focus our fire.
Small waves may beckon at the door. Butterfly effect. Moonlight.
Percival! Will not be eclipsed.
Rain on the hills.
To the abyss! Catalina!
They're done for!
Captain! My turn now! Watch out!
Darkness one! Tide of chaos!
The actuators in its limbs are beginning to buckle. The pressure differential should result in...
None of us speak nerd! What do you mean?
Sorry. Our assault is working. Lead the way.
Following!
Pass away! Nothing will restore.
Look at its sluggish maneuvers. One more push and we'll have it out of commission.
Know your place.
Breathe, Flutters.
Stay vigilant! Be careful! Yeah! We beat the screws out of that robo!
Well done. And what a relief we didn't completely destroy such a fine specimen.
Hold on. Hear that humming? I don't think we're out of the woods yet.
Now we have to fight two of them?
Allow me. Don't mind if I recruit a little help. Its core seems undamaged. I could use it to fight off the others.
Did you really just hop up on that thing? Do you even have a license?
Where we're going, we have no need for licenses. It'll be a cinch to cover you.
Why does Roland always get weirder around new machines? Yeah, I don't like that twinkle in his eye.
Oh, come now. Why must you criticize me mid-battle? Can't we focus?
Prepare our cannons. We have to give our reinforcements Tayuatar time to come online.
Let's go.
Bombard us, they to know that won't leave a scratch on this puppy. We've destroyed them both! Well done, team!
Can't you blast those ships out of the sky?
Suck on that, Avia punks!
It's done for if we don't take him out!
Wouldn't it be nice if, I don't know, they stopped firing on us already?
Considering the elevation angle, muzzle velocity, yes, I think I can hit them.
Yeah! It's working!
2 against 1 isn't very fair odds. Perhaps you should call it a third?
Thank you.
How the hell is he getting it to react like that?
Why? I've shot past the Tayuatar's maximum output. I'll fire on the enemy ship while it's still operational.
Yeah! It's working!
You insolent heathen!
This beast never seems to run out of munitions.
Now for the battleship! Hit him with thrown medicine, Prolip!
You got him! I can kiss you, Roland.
Looks like the coast is clear for now!
Tayuatar. Good night, sweet prince. You will be missed. More rubble, is it? Never fear. I'll have it removed post-haste. Now, there should be an entrance to the Undercroft from the front of the court. Let's hurry.
Thanks for waiting, everyone! You're all set! Recorded! Vigils need a boost? Take care of yourselves, okay? yourselves, okay?
This tea is simply to die for.
There's no better appetizer to a banquet of blood. I knew you'd be back for more.
In the name of the Sword Veil Fellowship, I shan't let you take another step. Let's have a clean
death match.
Even the mighty mountain cannot stop the wandering wind. Face me!
I've been waiting for
Sword
this.
hunger.
A death match befitting Avia's two strongest generals.
As you can see, my boorish compatriot is in need of some entertainment.
Foam on the sea of Vanessa. Beauty is transient. Not at all. Again. The final.
You do us proud.
My spear!
Madness consume you!
They're attacking in tandem!
Slinking together was your part of the trick, was it not? I think we've rather perfected it.
Yes! Legends will be told of the mighty Galanza Extravaganza!
Excuse me, the what? I deserve credit too!
So much. Not yet.
Be careful!
My nightfall, a great boon.
We're getting the good one! Feel the passion burning?
No, but I feel my ears bleeding. You shout more than anyone we've ever fought.
I knew Avia's elite would be strong. These two take it to a whole different level.
You flatter us, sir. May we have the honor of knowing your name before we destroy you?
Strange, but I'm just a nobody from a faraway island.
Exactly what a master fighter would say! You cannot hide the depth of your skill from me, a connoisseur of strength!
The tide rises. Come on. Wind and the speed.
Heed my call! A blessing from your lord!
My sword hungers.
Show me more of that power!
Butterfly effect. Moonrise.
I will not be eclipsed.
They're done for.
I knew there was more for you! Show me what else you can do!
Oh dear, look what you've done. General Galanza is unstoppable once riled up.
Come on! Show them what we got!
Indeed, just as we planned.
Ah! Look to the stars!
They shall guide us through Providence we sail.
Can't get a beat on them!
It's amazing. They've managed to combine might and skill in perfect harmony.
The tide rises.
Right now!
But never act!
Thank you. Foam on the sea.
I'm eager to see their limits.
Senor, give me strength!
She's created a whirlwind ablaze. How do we evade them all?
One more time! Ah!
Let's not keep them wanting. Now for the encore!
powerful technique. Stay focused and do not falter.
Thank you.
General Galanza, if you please.
Back it up! This show's over!
Wind and the beauty is transcussive bloom.
I'll drizzle.
With thought, certain as death.
Sometime I seize my rightful victory!
Careful, everyone. He's going to attempt something reckless.
Thank you.
Not yet. The tide rises. Foam on the sea. On our greatest hour. Wind in the field. Perfect moon.
Not bad, Skyfarers!
General Galanza, bested by hooligans?
Do you see now, Maglio? You have no hope of defeating us. Throw down your weapon.
No! I will use every fiber of my magic to ensure you never leave this hall!
I respect the determination, but you've lost your mind, lady.
Over! Shall we finish this charade? You foul cretins! Nowhere to hide! The veil reveals her sword! Infinity superior!
Swords everywhere! What do we do?
Defend yourself as best you can. We mustn't lose hope.
Honor of my people is on the line! My blade will find you no matter what! Dance of the blue petal rescue from demons! Pray, Google! Rain on the Hennedy. Caduceus! Moonrise. Sharpened by legend!
Have my faith.
Again, the tide rises! Foam on the sea, the dawn comes and come one.
Now is not the time to become a martyr.
Don't you see? We will not fall! We have too much on the line!
And that goes double for us! We won't abandon Lyria or the Sky Realm!
Butterfly effect. Moonlight. I beg your pardon!
Know your place!
Rain on the hills require impeccable hospitality. No act is important. Free flutter Nuts fall. Foam on the sea. You're open. It's over. Not out the moon. The final.
How great!
Beauty is trendy. Barbie doll. Again. Rain on the hill. The tide rises. Open up! There's too much at stake!
Scattered like shadows at dawn.
Glowing wolf!
Please guide us.
Good. I regret nothing.
Milady?
the lunacy of my position to be making demands of you. But please, the Sword Vale are my family. If you can, find it in your heart to spare them.
Take me! I staked my life on this death match. Now come claim your hard-earned spoils!
Look, we just want to get through here without trouble. As long as you stay out of our way, we got no reason to fight anymore, deal?
There's no time to waste.
Forgive my failure, Lady Lilith.
Complete and utter defeat! They might actually pull it off!
Those two freaks were crazy! Crazy strong, I mean. Oh, I hope we've seen the last of them.
They were masters of their respective arts. Why did they follow Lilith?
Even great warriors may find themselves prey to hard times. Salvation, no matter how false, seems an alluring prize. And, well, some astrals have a certain charm, which can prove intoxicating to many Skyfarers.
They've got all the nasty tricks. But what about Lilith's son? He an astral too?
Mercifully, no. He's a Sky Dweller, same as you.
It seems we've reached a dead end.
Not to worry. There's another path this way. Here we are. Would you all please stand back? Up ahead is the altar where Angra Mainyu lies sealed. We will no doubt find Lilith there already. A special ward warps time and space around Angra, making physical contact impossible. Let us hope Lilith has not breached it yet. We have only one shot at victory. I will strike the moment she calls for Angra.
So when it gets its fuel, blast the engine? Yep, that'll do it.
Okay, people, look alive. This one's for Lyria. I hope these potions will be enough. You're all set. Record it. Take care of yourselves, okay?
No, is that...
Lyria, let's move!
It's been so long. Finally, the dawning of salvation is upon us. The path will soon open. Oh. I wasn't expecting to see them again.
That's enough! Lyria's coming back with us!
Is that so? Id?
You're all talk. What happened to that stuff about protecting Lyria?
You know what to do.
Help me, please.
It can't be. Astreus!
It's been a while, Director.
Of course. This was all your doing.
Mother!
It. Don't worry about me. Just focus on them.
I've been waiting for you to return and cast open a gate. So I can destroy Angra Mainyu!
Come stay out of our way!
What's the big idea? We don't have time for that, you.
Wind in the field. Look around. Do you honestly believe Lyria deserves any of this?
I believe in Mother's plan.
One does not reason with hope. Yet we cannot abandon our...
I will destroy you!
This kind of power. The sheer concentration of magic is extraordinary.
I've always thought he was inhumanly strong, but inhuman magic to boot? What the heck is he?
Oh, Rose, help it.
Who's that?
Wind in the field.
It's over! Quick!
Twisted thoughts. Certain of...
I'll crush you!
Not yet. The tide rises.
It's over!
Rain on the hill.
No faster!
I won't be switched.
Take this! Come! Hells didn't come this much stronger! You picked the wrong crew to mess with, pal. We're called for ancient gods. We always find a way to push through. This ends now! Awaken! Your dawn has arrived! Become my power!
possible? The waves of power coursing through
Wind
him.
and the beauty
It's unlike any monster or primal beast I know.
Maybe Lilith popped them full of destructo juice. I'd believe anything at this point.
Many thanks. That's enough.
Attack!
Okay.
I'll support. You've met your match.
Treat first things first. 1,000 deaths. Butterfly effect. Moonrise. Captain. I'll get him. Catalina.
I'll protect you.
Wind the field.
Our offensive is clearly having an effect. Keep it up, everyone.
Is he actually down?
Let's just get to Lyria. Farewell. Enjoy your tomb.
Not if I kill you first!
Try.
All of you, run! Get away from here while you still can!
Worrying about the rain while drowning in the sea. You always were such a careless one. Cast open, gates to worlds beyond. Angra mine you!
I won't let you do this!
Did he just...
He's gone.
Damn. Guess we're next. Get ready.
The primal beast who distorts space itself. I can't believe it overpowered Roland so easily. This fight's going to get desperate. Stay vigilant.
You Sky Dwellers are autumn leaves, and I am the winter of your discontent. My coming is your death. Even Astreus was no match for me. I could likely blow you over with a single breath.
Why, you... That's it! We won't let you get away with your nasty...
on the hill.
Put up your suit!
I'm so glad Lyria's safe. Now all that remains is to stop this terrible primal beast.
Lyria, Bird, stay back. Things are bound to get serious.
Okay, be careful, Catalina. I'm not much of a fighter. If I notice anything suspicious, I'll tell ya.
The tide rises.
No fair! All the mine will all see-through, and then her attacks stop working.
I can sense that it's here and yet not. That must be part of its power.
Like a lamb to the slaughter. So innocent, so foolish.
You haven't won yet. I will be back to take revenge!
Foam on this next ball.
What did you do? That's our friend you just took!
If only you Sky Dwellers had come to your senses, all of this could have been avoided. You are worth the air you breathe.
You got this yet. Out the way.
Return to the void.
Captain, please protect Lyria at all costs.
Wind in the fields.
The finals.
No, not again! This is wrong! How do we stop her?
Do you still think you can stop me? What a quaint thought. I'm afraid your little crew is all out of options. Now, Join your lost friends on the other side.
No one gives a crap about your evil plans! Just give our friends back! You hear me?
On the next fall.
What a great little worm!
We're gonna make you pay! There's no way you'll get away with this! No, not that!
Now, dear Captain, you deserve to be rewarded above all others for bringing the shaman to my doorstep. Bear witness as your entire world crumbles. Should I see you in the next life? It will be too soon.
I have to protect Lyria! I have to protect the captain!
Please, don't take me away again.
Oh, Lyria. Poor little bird, trapped by these skies. Let me whisk you away on a journey, aboard the Ark of Angra Mainyu.
It's not over. Not yet. You can save us. I know it.
Now, as for you, the shaman's other half. Id, explain yourself.
Mother, you told me to protect Lyria. But this... Why this? This isn't what you said! Why did Lyria...
Calm yourself, Id. Angra Mainyu has been revived. Thus, the shaman's role is complete. Consequently, your duty as her guardian is no longer needed.
But Mother, please!
Temper, Id. It almost sounds as if you disagree with me. My naughty child. You're no better than these interlopers.
Forget about me! Focus on your Link!
Here, with you!
So be it. If she means that much to you, then my best laid plans may very well crumble. Adversity only seems to push you towards victory. After all, you must be confident you can prance out of here as the hero. Don't be. Humdrum tales of heroism and gallantry have no place on my shelf. Let us finish this charade. That shining blade, the sword of Eos. How lovely of Astreus to leave you a parting gift. You cannot possibly mean to use it against Angra, mind you. A mere sky dweller should not have the magical reserve to wield it. This blue light!
primeval dragon, child of darkness and flames. Thy name is... Right behind you. Okay, eyes open. Is everyone...
That sucked.
Oh. Catalina!
Lyria? Where are we?
Seed Hollow Castle, I think. What the hell happened?
It appears the Captain and Lyria restored everything back to normal.
Way to go, Captain!
Man, it's hard keeping up with you young bucks. Always stealing the thunder.
Well done, Captain.
Where's Vern?
Hey! Never doubted you for a second. I totally knew you'd kick butt.
I think we can safely say, all's well that ends well.
I want to apologize to everybody. Even though I couldn't control myself, I could still see everything that was happening. All the scary stuff I did, I was powerless to stop it. I wasn't sure if it was a dream.
That wasn't you, Lyria.
You all still came to save me. After what I did to everyone, to Catalina, and
especially to you. It's okay now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Dry your tears, Lyria. You're back with us now. There's nothing to fear.
Helena. I'm home.
Rowan! I'll just use you as the fuel source then.
No, I won't let history repeat itself.
Now I understand. You're all influenced by the singularity. But fate set in motion can't be stopped. You will come to understand the depths of my unflinching resolve. The astral realm awaits the fruits of my research. I won't be denied, Estalucia!
Stop. If you open the gate to the astral realm, this world will be destroyed. Angra was sealed for a reason. Does that mean nothing to you?
Let me ask you this instead. Why do you care so much about these skies? They're so full of heartache and despair. Worries that shall be long eclipsed by the providence of a new order.
You're blind, Lilith. Blind to their kinship. Blind to their hopes and dreams. There are things in this world that mean more than power or...
Fix it, dude!
No, Astreus. All that is obvious to me is that we don't see eye to eye. And you're as guilty of the same sins as the rest of these fools. Hear my voice. Deliver us from grief and sacrifice. Fulfill my salvation.
What is that?
The Pillar of Vayoi. The pyre where primals are burned, where I shall build my bridge to the astral realm. Salvation follows at my heels. The sky will fall, and the stars will ascend. Utopia is within my grasp. Our
back at the altar? Would seem so.
Everybody, run! Look! What is that? I don't know. It just came out of nowhere.
The end?
Hurry!
Get a grip. Go lace up with Dagger's group.
Yes, sir.
How's the second district holding up?
I see him! Over there!
Oh no, the city's falling to pieces. Hey, I think we need to tell Zathba about Roland.
have here?
Be seeing you around then. And quit with the long faces. We can handle this.
So then... Oh, huh? What?
Good day.
I continued to take one treacherous job after another. If you want someone safe, then keep them from entering the tiger's den. It's as simple as that.
Are you really sure you're up for another one, Nermaya?
Sierra worried for me, but there was no turning back now. My labor had bore fruit. The rest of the crew was beginning to look healthier, better rested. They returned earlier from missions, bearing fewer injuries. I appreciate the concern, Sierra, but the path to strength is long and narrow, and I must continue down this path, for all of their sakes. I was fixated on protecting my loved ones. They were all I could see. If they were safe, then nothing else mattered. That thought alone was enough to steel my resolution.